Well, thank you, Mark. And now to introduce our host. Often you get these teleprompters that tell you what to say. And I noticed that Timothy's taken care of it. He's put it both behind me and in front of me. Technology and new thinking will feed the world. And with that, we introduce the man himself, Timothy Kendrick, who is the boss right here at BW Global.
I'd like to start by thanking everybody here who made the effort to come out. What it shows is a level of engagement that is very encouraging, and this level of engagement extends beyond Abbotsford, and BC, but it really does reach the world because food is a global issue, and we are really tackling all of those issues that are presenting themselves to literally billions of people. It's interesting, in January of this year, both our Prime Minister and our Premier stood before the world and said that high tech was the economic driver of Canada and that we're ready for business. And today really demonstrates that what they said is real and has substance. In this room, right here today, we have world-class experts. We have people who are changing the rules of the game. World-class companies, world-class institutions, and that's something that we can be very, very proud of. And there's a thing that we affectionately call the triangle of innovation, when government and industry and academia all focus their efforts, not to be pie-in-the-sky sort of ivory tower thinkers, but dirt under the fingernails implementers, right? And that's what's really going to make the difference, and that's what we're all celebrating today. As a company, we've been very blessed to be able to implement and develop a lot of these world-class technologies. On this side is North America's largest 7-axis plasma cutter. It took the post that we cut for UFV. If we did it manually, which we did do, took 7 hours. It now took that process down to 7 minutes. So now we can stand on the stage with any economy in the world. The other welding robot has the same operating envelope as one at a company you may know called Boeing. So we've put these tools to good use. As we talked about, we've designed and manufactured the tallest multi-peak greenhouses in North America, first of which, I applaud UFE for being brave, right? For adopting of these new thinking and being able to help us create something that now is outperforming many of the other sort of existing technologies. To show the performance of this greenhouse, recently, 2 months ago, there was a storm that came through Alberta. And the winds were 120, gusting to 140 kilometers an hour. In fact, one of our guys was on the ground during that storm. Our greenhouse suffered 0 damage. We didn't lose a single panel. Unfortunately, down the road, another greenhouse, 10 acres of a glass greenhouse, failed catastrophically, and they lost the entire range. So, when we look for answers as it relates to food, we kind of ask ourselves, well, what do we have to offer the world? Well, it's really interesting because this summer, I took Tom Bauman from UFE down with me to Australia. We presented a joint paper. The feedback that we got was that a lot of the colleagues that were down there had never heard or thought about things in that way. And what they said was what we were bringing to them shifted their thinking. And that's what we're looking for. And interestingly enough, they're now implementing some of our technologies. So the importance of what we're doing is not just out there, but it is at home. Right now, we are working with First Nations to implement not only programs and structures for their own food security and self-sufficiency, but they're also invigorating their communities in a way through education that has really not been done for a while. Light diffusion, atmospheric water collection, aquaponics, LEDs, thermodynamics, plant data, diagnostics. We make water out of air, generate power from the sun, use fish to grow food, and we use robots to compete globally. We are educating a new generation to think and approach these problems differently. Programs like IRAP, SHRED, organizations like the BC Innovation Council and BioEnterprise, they all make a real difference. We're living proof of that. For us as a company, we have enjoyed, we now employ twice as many people as we did 6 years ago, and our revenue growth over those 6 years is in the triple digits. To the Prime Minister and the Premier, we say, keep pushing, you're on the right track. To our academic colleagues, we say thank you, we wouldn't be here without you, and we will bring your ideas to the market, to the world. To government organizations like BCIC and BioEnterprise, and the employees that administer these programs, your impact is not just British Columbia, it is the world. And finally, to BioEnterprise, we say, welcome, what took you so long?